my god, we're live in front of everyone. Oh my god.
Hold.
I'm holding.
Jarvis.
You holding?
1 second. My
Oh.
apologies.
Oh. Bye, Bryson.
I don't know if we're live. There we go. We're live.
Yay, we're live.
We've been live.
Hello,
We've
everyone.
been live.
How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Sorry.
Yeah, if you're sneaking a peek at this pod, stay tuned because this is a little early look at the episode.
Yeah.
This should be Thursday's episode.
Yeah,
if you're catching this
behind
before
us.
then.
Thursdays.
I see you live.
Yep, I got the email. Red State Radio went live on Twitch.
I'm
That's
going to
us.
refresh on our YouTube channel. We're live.
Welcome to our live show. Yeah, that's us. Hey, how you doing?
Let me
Gamers.
mute that so I don't hear.
Oh, my phone's gonna die.
No,
Oh no. Mine's in front of me charging, so I feel that.
my phone's at 59%.
Okie dokie.
I just made myself a moderator so I could manage the YouTube chat.
You weren't even a mod on your own YouTube chat? I mean, I'm probably not.
Embarrassing. But also, I'm not either. So
Yeah.
yeah.
1 second. I have to clean up a mess my dog just made. 1 second.
I heard
Jarvis.
the
How dare you, Jarvis? Jarvis Cam. He's down there somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's like down.
dog view.
Oh, Jarvis. How dare you? Anyways,
Jarvis can do whatever he wants.
how are you doing, Stevie? Jarvis.
We're good.
Hi.
Extra good.
Hi, Jarvis.
Say hi, Jarvis.
Dog
Hello.
reveal.
Talk review.
He looks
Oh my God,
annoyed.
this mic there.
Sorry,
Bart.
he wanted a piece of cardboard by the trash and then he just ripped it up. So
Oh,
Well, and you
Jarvis.
stopped him?
hello, Bald Bart. I did, yes, because he was making a lot of noise. I didn't want it to be in the recording. Hey, Bard,
Mhm.
welcome.
What? So
welcome.
it's not a noise.
Right. Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? What's a crispy?
Only one
Was it
time.
crispy?
Right.
Alrighty, well, I'm ready when y'all are.
I'm ready. I've been ready. I am ready. I
Do we have to hit
am.
record again?
Yes.
Or is it
No, the
technically
Riverside.
when recording?
Yeah, Riverside records and live streams.
Yeah. So it's happening twice. Double
You
the
should probably
hours.
just hit like a mark or something. Is mark clip or is it only for clips? Whatever.
Hmm.
3.5 minute mark. I'll remember that.
Blah blah blah.
And there you go. I'll jump right into it.
Yes.
Welcome to the live recording.
The live recording. Oh my God! It's happening. It's live.
All right.
Oh my God!
Since we don't get a 3, 2, 1, I guess I'll just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Up to you.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Whatever you're
1.
comfortable with.
5, 4, 3,
Right?
2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to Red Stain Radio, a Dead by Daylight podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Stevie. I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts, Maddie and Bryson.
Hey.
Hey,
How are y'all
how's it going,
doing?
y'all?
I'm
Good.
good-ish day. I had to deal with school, so that was kind of stressful. Not because school bad. School as in I'm trying to finish one class and it's becoming so stressful trying to get into that class. We're not gonna
Oh,
get into
man.
that though. That's a
But it's like your
Oh.
final. It's your last class. You're
my
done.
last class. I have one class left and they're
I
like,
wish you luck.
yeah, we're gonna make it complicated. Just for you. You're
Oh,
welcome.
that's
They made it
annoying.
personal.
Ow.
It sounds like they did.
They did. It was not fun. Not recommended. Don't go with that. But also, if you have to, you have to. Anyways.
If you have to, you have to.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Well, this is episode 48 of Red Stain Radio, and we're talking about some big news. Today, we finally got the reveal of Jason on the
Yes.
PTB.
Wait.
We got our hands on it. Wait.
It's not Jason.
No,
It's
it's
the last-
Jason.
No, it is
Jason.
Jason.
Period. Jason, period.
Yes.
No last
Nope.
name.
It cannot legally have
No,
names.
he's not Jason.
But, like-
It's Slasher. The Slasher.
But his bio says Jason's here. Are
At
they
the
talking about someone
very
else?
end. They
Are
can
they
say
talking about
all they
someone else
want,
though?
but that's the slasher. The slasher.
You got some animosity for the new guy, do you?
Not animosity, I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I
He's
think
the
you
slasher.
already don't like him.
Mm.
But we have a lot to discuss about him, so we're gonna jump right into that. But before we do, we got 2 things to talk about.
Oh,
Next Monday, June 1st, we're gonna be doing an interview. Bryson got a wonderful opportunity to talk with the artist of the Runway Ready Jane Romero skin, the one that's in the rift right now, that beautiful skin. Bryson is
woo!
gonna be heading that interview. Feel free
Yeah.
to tune in June 1st. That's next week.
Yes.
June's already here, and that's scary, but
Yeah.
be ready for that. Bryson's gonna have a wonderful interview with Blake to discuss that skin, the process, and everything an artist wants to talk about.
Yes.
We would also ask, please follow us on all our socials. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube Shorts. We post a lot of content there. But if you're listening to this right now, you can find the podcast anywhere on all platforms. And this is live streamed on twitch.tv as well as YouTube.
Yeah.
So
first
please
time live stream recording. So that's
follow us
exciting.
everywhere. Helps the
Yeah.
engagement. Support us the way you continue to do. And thank you so much, listeners.
Yay!
Topic of the show. This is the 10.0.0 update. The PTB went out today. Jason was given to all of us. First impressions. He's here.
Yay!
He's
Right?
here.
Yay.
I'm so happy. He's here.
The
I'm
slasher.
The slasher. Not Jason. The slasher.
So for people looking back, Jason has come out today after a reveal of a 13-hour live stream that went from 9 p.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard? Was that?
Yeah.
That was Sunday or Saturday night?
That
It was Saturday
That Saturday
night.
morning. Friday
Saturday
night
morning,
it started.
Friday night, right.
Friday
So
night.
Friday night we were up and I lost my mind. I lost my mind and went to bed and then woke up and saw the reveal.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
lost my
That's
mind
what most
again.
people did. Mhm.
Yes. If you watch the live stream, we had such beautiful moments, such as are the vents closing, the biker
Yeah.
we all know
Yeah.
and love, and of course the is it actually Slender Man's bit of the stream where we kind of went to Lulu. It came me.
Everyone lost their mind. We knew it was kind of set in stone, but they never confirmed it up until that moment where at the very last second, he shows the mask. It could have been Machete Man. It could have been Zombie Guy. But now it's Hockey Mask.
It's Hockey Mask Guy. What?
Hockey Mask Guy. He's in our hands now.
Oh my god.
How did you all think, or what did you all think of this reveal?
It was cool on paper, but I think them saying tune in for this stream at 9 p.m. People were expecting like maybe an hour-long wait, maybe. The fact they did it for 13, funny, I get it. Haha, Friday the 13th, I get it. Having people go out of their way, spending their time saying they were waiting for it, I feel like was kind of dumb. Because the fact they said tune in at this specific time, they sent out an email, by the way, if you're on the behavior newsletter email thing, which I am, they sent that being like, check out the stream, and then basically did nothing for 13 hours. It didn't feel great. I liked the idea on concept, though. I feel like one person said it best online in one of the forums I was reading, that being, it should have not been announced at all. It should have just been random, just like posted on YouTube, posted on Twitch, and that's it. The fact they made such a show of it kind of made people think, oh, it's going to be within the hour. So having that actually be 13 hours, I get what they were doing, but it ended up feeling like they wasted everyone's time a little bit. That feels harsh to say, but I don't know how to say it otherwise. I feel like they could have maybe been like, hey, we're going to do a cool 24-hour stream, haha, and set that expectation first. I don't know.
I know exactly. Exactly.
I want to double down on them setting expectations because they really didn't do anything. It's like, hey, it's a live stream. Could be anything. I thought it was going to be a quick, like, little community stream, them sitting at the couches, talking a little bit. They'd show a teaser trailer, kind of like what we got at the end of the stream. And then they kind of go into like discussions about bringing this character into the fog. That didn't happen. It was this kind of weird 13-hour long live stream of a cabin and lots of bird noises and such. But I think setting that expectation, or like Maddie said, just being having it be a surprise and just setting expectations like, hey, we don't know how long this is going to go on for, adding to the mystery of like, whoa, what is this? That would have been much better, in my opinion. That said, none of us were required to stay up so late. Like we didn't, no one made us there. We did it for fun because we also didn't know how long it was going to last. Once I saw the shack, though, I think most people knew it's going to be, Jason.
I was
Yeah.
telling
The one
everyone,
moment.
go to bed. If you're thinking of it,
Yeah.
just go to bed.
Go hit the hung shoe. Go sleepy.
Wake up,
Go-
see what happens in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, wait, like in my eyes, I agree with you, Maddie. Like this could have just felt a little better. I think like one thing, don't change anything. Just say tune in 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Everyone seemed like, oh, all right, 10 a.m. Saturday morning. That's like, I can do that. I can wake up early on a weekend. And then you start the stream at 9 p.m. on the Friday night so that anyone who's up and is like, why are they live? This is too early. And then they see the cabin and then they're like, oh my God, it's still up. And then you have people staying up for 13 hours who are just going to do it anyway. But you don't tell everyone, hey, stay up for 13 hours. You tell everyone, like, join in at the end of 13 hours, coincidentally. I think that would have fixed it. You just make the announcement, show up when we're going to announce it, period. And then run the fun stream. Like, show up when the announcement's going to happen. Please.
Yeah.
Tell us to do that.
Please. It was weird. It was weird. I liked it, but I also didn't love it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But I think it was a great way to burn that entire like week of speculation. Like them saying, hey, we have this great surprise coming. You'll never guess what it is. And then that sends everyone into a frenzy. Everyone's wild and looking for the release. And then this reveal, it could have been anything, but 13 hours, we can finally just spend all of our energy sitting up all night, wondering what it's going to be, finally. It was cathartic, is all I'm going to say.
It was very cool to sit down. We had a lot of community members. There was like 11 or 12 of us at one point in the Discord responding. Like, just it was absolute chaos, but also it was just a blast to have folks in there to react with. And we were, we all riffing off one another, like, those vents, are they closing or not? That went on for the entirety, but it was a damn good time. And yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. But it was
very
the birds, every
birds,
like hour or something. It's like
there's somebody out there who has like a notepad with every single bird call for that entire stream. Because they thought it would lead to something.
Yes.
Well, that being said, this finale of this stream revealed Jason. He is out on the PTB. He is coming to the live servers on June 16th. Mark your calendars. You can
that is actually 2 days after the anniversary live stream event.
Correct.
Just FYI. So that week.
Ooh. So we might see, Jason get added to the game with that anniversary update. So we'll probably see that update come soon with the activation of Jason. But that content that we've gotten our hands on today, all that it includes on the PTB is Jason plus a couple extra things. We have no new map for this chapter. However, they did disable 2 maps in the Red Forest realm, both the Temple of Purgation and the Mother's Dwelling. The only 2 maps in that realm, may be lacking a third. We might people are getting their tinfoil hats on, and I mean I might be too, because I like it. I like when they go back to an old realm, add a little flavor. Jason could fit anywhere. Honestly, he's been in urban environments. He's been in the woods. He's been
space.
He's been to space. Oh gosh, you're
Jason
right.
X.
Yeah.
Jason.
Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh, I've got a note here. We said that from Eric Pope, one of the designers on DBD, on Twitter, when asked about the shack from the live stream, he said it would return in some way. So this may be a good sign that this shack isn't the only part that we're gonna see. But if it's Jason, little cabin.
Yeah, I mean, they also said, "Hey, you didn't forget Foxy a year ago." So I mean, it might be Foxy.
Yeah, you're very burned by that.
Oh.
They definitely forgot Foxy, but I think this is something that's going to release either a few weeks after Jason or secretly alongside Jason on June, whatever it is, June 16th.
There we go.
Because we can't, we don't have a Camp Crystal Lake map, which is really, really unfortunate. That map is just really iconic, or that location is just really iconic. To do it in the Red Forest realm, if that is this case, would be really interesting. I think that's a good vibe for it. I was speculating it was actually going to be the Swamp map, but I think Red Forest fits it much better than Swamp does. So I'm excited to see what they do. Something tells me to be like a generic camp, like cabins and campsites, and it'll be very generic. Maybe there's no main, but it's just like little, maybe there's a shack like we had in the live stream. And then, it'd be like the shack only maps that we have with like Dead Sands and stuff, Rotten Fields. So might be something like that. And then they're just sleeping
I'm personally a
bags
fan of those maps. I would
yeah,
love
yeah, you
I would
are.
love a shack only Red Forest.
Which they're not terrible. It's just I wish there was, some variety on them sometimes.
Yeah.
It's understandable. Wrecker's Yard is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, do y'all want to talk about Jason originally, or do you want to talk about the other missing content from this PTB? Do you want to talk about the original Survivor we do not have our hands on? And
we should probably start with the Survivor, I think, and then move on to the Killer, just because the Killer.
Jason's the meat.
Yes, so much.
Jason's the meat of this.
Yeah, Jason.
And that new Survivor, I want to hear speculations. I want to hear what you think, because this is new original Survivor team coming with.
I have no idea who the fuck this is. I'm gonna be honest. Like, looking at the Lord and like who it could be.
I've heard maybe people think it might be Julian, who's in the current tomes.
I mean,
which, can I be honest? I'm gonna be a hater real quick. This is my one little hater corner, I guess. I'm kind of I don't want to say I'm over. I think we have too many twinks in DVD. Not that it's a bad thing. Like, we have a lot, and to get another one
right after Quante Young,
like,
yes, yeah.
Yeah, like can we have an old man? Or
give me an old man.
I don't know, a bear type or whatever. This is me.
Yeah, some grizzled hiker who chased Jason into the forest.
Yeah,
right. Like give me the mountain man,
counselor or something. And I'm hoping it's an original male, because we've not had an original male in a while. It's. I know people love the emo stuff with Julian. That's great. I know there's not really an emo individual out there. We have emo adjacent with like Michaela and Sable. They're kind of like different flavors of that, I would say. But this is just me. It's a personal opinion. I'm gonna carve it out here. I'm kind of over the twinks. I just want a little. Can we get a little spice, please? But I know if it's not a twink, or if they're not attractive,
thank you for saying
they won't sell. But I just wanted to say it. I wanted to be brave enough to say it for the podcast.
I mean, I totally get that. I would also like if the Survivor wasn't just like kind of the same thing we've been getting. Because like, I really like Dustin. He's not like the other guys. I love that. And when he released, even though she's kind of like generic rocker girl, I feel like she brings her own like variation of that. And I really like her for that. And I just love Arella too. I love her so much. I love the queer rep. And not gonna lie, I feel like for this Survivor, they should be different. It should be noticeable, whether that be like they have a new body type, maybe they have a prosthetic, or maybe they're non-binary. I don't know. I just think the new Survivor should be more interesting instead of I'm a twink or I'm a girl. Yeah. Yeah, because like
Dustin is a good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because like most of the Survivors we've been getting are pretty cool, but they do kind of fall under the same umbrella. Like, they're all unique, but they kind of fall under that same umbrella, which I'm hoping we can diverge from that a little bit.
No, I'm huge in agreement. We have so much space for it. And for a character to release, like, it seems like not with Jason, but as like a separate release, relating to maybe be or maybe not affiliated with Jason. I think it was probably incredibly hard for them to pair anything more than just Jason in this chapter.
Yeah, because no
but
Jarvis.
The fact that we've gotten a new Survivor's 3 perks alongside a killer, it feels like a whole chapter.
Yeah, I will say these perks thematically don't necessarily, I think, fit Julian, just from vibes I get from those tomes.
Yeah.
I just don't get that vibe. So, and they usually are related to the character's lore in some way.
Mhm.
Wide Open Throttle is kind of an interesting perk name.
Yeah.
We
To
have,
keep in
and we
mind,
have.
these are like placeholder, like the images and the names, I believe, are placeholders. So
Oh,
they
I didn't
might
know they were
change.
placeholder. That's okay. That makes
It's
sense
also
then.
the reason why when you look at the perk, it just says perk and not like Quante Young perk or something like that.
Oh, okay,
So it,
gotcha.
it
I
could be
wasn't aware
very
of
real
that.
that these completely change on release.
Okay.
It's very curious. It's very curious. However,
Yes.
I would in my brain I'm like, "Oh gosh, maybe it is Julian. Maybe he is a guy who likes driving cars and helping people and investigating. Oh no." That kind of
Mhm.
fits his lore. It freaks me out a bit because I also don't want Julian. I
Yeah.
feel like now I'm gonna have a lobby with two Sables, a Julian, and a Michaela, and they're all gonna try to be my friend, and I'm gonna say,
Mhm.
well, now the game's ruined
Mhm.
because this
Or
always
they'll go
happens.
down to the basement and try to do an
Yep,
invocation together.
Yeah.
yep. I'm like, well, now what do I do? Now do I have to kill people? I hate killing people. I'm killer.
I know. I
Mhm.
know.
It's rough.
These perks, though, wide open throttle. We said it. We said the
Oh my
words. How do
gosh.
we feel about it? Let me
Uh,
read this description really fast so we can get a handle on it. Release on the PTB today, wide open throttle. Whenever you fast vault a pallet, gain up to 15 seconds of haste for 3 seconds. Reset the pallet while also blocking it for 60 seconds and revealing its aura to all other survivors. This perk goes on cooldown for 60 seconds.
honestly, this perk I feel like it's gonna be niche, but it's pretty good, pretty decent. Very much in the middle, I'd say. Like it's not too strong, not too weak. I feel like it does definitely have a lot of strengths in certain maps, like on the game when you get to one of the like very safe pallets or just at Killer Shack, dropping that stunning to killer and then vaulting back and using like live or something. Then you gotta bring back that pallet, make distance, and it's gonna be blocked so they can't do anything of it. That's gonna feel brutal. That's gonna feel brutal for those killers. But in most of the cases, like me, you forget about it, you vote a pallet, and then it gets brought up, and then you're like, "Oh god, they're coming! I'm gonna get down." So I definitely
Right.
think
You don't
there's,
have the pallet anymore. And
and then
like
you
if you're
don't
just running to a pre-dropped pallet, now you've lifted it
exactly,
up and the killer can just follow you.
exactly, because they're saves. So it's definitely one of those perks you have to remember you have, where you kind of get fucked by it. But I feel like it's niche, it's fun, it's good. I like it. Solid B plus, though. I am a little scared with how like Survivor Friends will use this in like very specific maps, like as I mentioned, the game or at Chax, because that can feel pretty brutal as killer. It's gonna feel really
Right.
brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, this will get used on probably god palettes when applicable. Yeah, I agree with Maddie. It is kind of niche. It not causing, I don't know, but maybe that's not here. Does this cause exhaustion?
No, it does not cause exhaustion.
Yeah, so pairing this with Lithe, or yeah, pretty much with Lithe, you'll get even more of a haste. That said, there is diminishing returns, so you're not maybe getting all of that
Mm,
haste on one of those perks, depending on which one's more. I
yeah,
don't remember what Lithe says, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's
this is niche. You're
iffy.
gonna, like Maddie said, you're gonna throw a
Life
pallet.
is 50% for
Yeah.
50%. Yeah,
what?
so this
Sorry,
so this
three
one's gonna get
seconds.
cut in
So
half.
they're gonna stack. Yeah, that one will get cut in
Mhm,
half. You're gonna be sitting at
mhm.
like 57.5% haste, which
Yeah.
is not effectively different than just
Mhm.
living.
Mhm.
And however, now the killer doesn't have to kick the pallet. Like ideally, you want to live and go to another loop, and the killer's kicking the pallet, so you're making distance during that 3
Mhm.
seconds. However, if you bring this, I think you're making less distance. I think the killer, like you
Yeah.
would have to stun the killer with, I think, also like 5 moves ahead, and then you would have to like vault the pallet instantly, assuming they don't have enduring. If they have enduring, they just walk through the upright pallet, and now you can't
Mhm.
go back to it for 60 seconds. In my mind, I see this on par with like any means necessary. I think the
Yeah.
resetting the
Yeah.
pallet part is the strong part. I think the haste isn't that valuable,
Not really.
but resetting the palette every 60 seconds is pretty freaking good. That's
Yeah.
why any
Mhm.
means is okay. If any means was like a faster interaction, it would be a lot stronger.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think this is a tad bit stronger only because you can reset in an instant and while in chase. Like
Right,
you
right.
don't
Yeah.
need that. You don't have to hold for that activation. However, the trade off is it being blocked for 60 seconds. So you have to wait out. And if the killer's chasing you for another 60 seconds and hasn't downed you, they should probably just leave you and go for someone else. Just putting that out there. So you're likely not going to get, and you're probably not likely going to get chased or loop long enough for that 60 seconds to end. So, and then get more value out of the same pallet. So,
But I like the flavor. I like that it's flashy.
yeah,
I like that it pops a pallet up.
and it's simple too. There's no oh, you got to do this and this and this, and then you got to activate this.
You must cleanse a totem, rummage 2 chests, and unhook somebody while healing them before they get unhooked.
Right.
Speaking of you must cleanse a totem, we're going to move on to lend a hand. Once per trial and once per survivor, and after you've cleansed or blessed a totem while healing another survivor, you can press F and give them 4 permanent healing charges. That sounded like a mouthful, but ideally, this perk should be something pretty simple to understand. You cleanse a totem, and then you carry around the activated perk, and while you're healing someone who's injured or downed, you can press F, or whatever your For the People button is, whatever your clean break button is, and that'll give them 4 permanent healing charges at max perk strength. 4 permanent healing charges is equivalent to 25% of the bar. You have 16 charges, 4 charges, 25%. So every survivor will only need 75, or not every, but any survivor that gets this applied to them will only need 12 charges to heal. And Bryson, you discovered it was also 12 charges to recover from the dying state?
Yeah. So this applies to, so if you're down and this has been applied to you, you only have to recover those 4 permanent healing charges apply to your down status. So it's faster to pick you up as well, which I don't know if it's intended. I'm assuming so, because that is healing technically, and this says healing charges. It doesn't say like health state or anything like that. So I thought that was interesting. And I'll just start us off. I think this is a fine perk. I know a lot of people are like, oh, 4 permanent healing charges. That sounds really broken. Sure, if you have 4 people running this, they'll have to boon or cleanse, and you have to spend the time to cleanse or boon. You have to search for those things, and then you have to apply them while healing someone else. So there's a lot of steps you got to take to do here. Sure, if you have a Swift, you could coordinate to get this, but then at that point, your healing is just a little faster. Like you're spending less time under hook and stuff. The problem I have with this is, and I said this before we even started recording, is the permanent healing, just permanent anything, permanent, charges on gens and healing. This is becoming a norm. We've had this over the last few chapters. I don't like it, and it's becoming a trend. And I think if we keep going down this road, it's going to be really problematic.
Yeah, I really agree with that last point. It's setting a precedent of, hey, we can add permanent progress to stuff and it won't hurt that much because it's only a little bit, but it starts to add up. It starts to add up, and I don't like that. Additionally, I don't hate it in a vacuum, only because people are like, oh, people could run this perk and it could be really scary. But there is a better alternative, in my opinion, to Light a Hand, that being Botany Knowledge. It's one of Claudette's base teachable perks, and gives you 25% increased healing speed and effectiveness with healing items, I believe. And it basically does the same thing as Lend a Hand without jumping through many hoops. Yes, it's not permanent, but if you were to compare the two, like sitting down and doing the healings together, they're about roughly the same time, like maybe give or take a second. So I don't think it's that bad in a vacuum, but I do not like the precedent, like you said, Bryson, of setting the whole, oh, we can add permanent this, permanent that. No, stop it. Make it rare. Not many more thoughts on that though besides that.
I totally see that, and like, to combine this, like, do not worry about this perk. If a team brought 4 Botany Knowledges, that would be stronger than this perk.
Yes,
like hands down, quite literally.
Or we'll make it.
Or we'll make it, right? Like, if the entire team brought any other healing perk, it would be better than this. I totally just see this perk as, like, if you're running a totem build, like if you're running Counter Force and Detective's Hunch and Inner Strength or Small Game, right? Like you slap this on, and now like you have a little tiny cherry on top for when you're doing the thing you already wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like overzealous, but like a kind of like a altruistic version, where now instead of, oh, I do the gen 10% faster, it's you get healed 10% faster every single time. And that can feel rewarding. especially if you're somebody who likes doing the like small game, doing the side projects, doing the
Yeah.
like side objectives.
Mm.
It'd
It's
be a
it's
cool.
good.
It would be a cool synergy healing build for yourself and others. Like earlier, I was running it with inner strength and what's the boon healing? Circle of healing. I put that on as well. Another thing I put on like small game or counter force just to find the things faster. And I liked it like that. But as it's by far not a meta perk. Like it would probably been better if I brought, like we just mentioned, botany or we'll make it. But if you want something a little more niche, you could absolutely include this in your build, especially
Mhm.
when it comes to totems.
Exactly. Hmm.
That was Lend a Hand, the unnamed survivor perk. Now, cross examination is their third perk. This perk's description: while in the killer's terror radius, the killer leaves light marks that last for 10 seconds that you can see. While on the killer's light marks, you gain elusive. This ends after 5 seconds max.
And for those
So,
who don't know, what is elusive?
elusive. Oh, baby. Maddie, I
Go for
can't
it,
think of
Maddie.
everything it does. What's it do?
Elusive, it hides your scratch marks, it hides your aura, it hides your sounds of pain, and it hides your blood pools.
Yep.
Those 4.
Cool. Just want to give everyone a reminder because
It's a
that's
little
a
much.
new status effect. It's quite a lot, yeah, in one little
Yes.
A
status
lingering
effect.
elusive status effect for 5 seconds after following the killer's light marks. Now, you can totally imagine these as scratch marks. They follow
Mhm.
the same exact logic, but they look, visually distinct. They look
Yeah, and
like
they're a lot
bright,
smaller too.
bright little pebbles that are glowing straight up. They kind of look
Exactly.
like if you shrunk down the map beam. So I don't
Yeah, it
know.
does.
I don't know if that's
Which
what
is,
they
you know what's
use.
funny? It's probably what it is.
I
Exactly.
don't want
Yeah,
Knowing
to.
behavior.
exactly,
It might be
Bob.
its own new feature, but like it's just like little light poles following the killer,
It's a
and
cool,
just
it's a cool
touching them. It's a
feature.
generous hitbox, and it's pretty cool. I like it as far as like it's got multiple layers to it. As far as the perk is, it has the like you're seeing the scratch marks of a killer. So like if they're moonwalking or something, you can kind of follow their path and like see where they're chasing someone. You can kind of use it to see where they're chasing your teammates. And then while you're following them behind closely, you're gaining elusive. So if you're injured trying to follow for a flashlight save, or if you're just trying to get out of there, you just touch those light marks, and now the killer doesn't see your scratch marks for 5 seconds. I think it's a little interesting how they're kind of just like this new thing you have to consider, and it feels to me like a strong shadow step that you can kind of just carry around in your pocket.
Mhm.
I don't know how y'all feel about it. Running from this perk, like running this perk and then running killers against it, namely just Jason against this. It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Maddie, how do you feel?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like people don't see it as bad, but I feel like this is gonna be the sleeper hit of perks because when I was using it in loops and such, it can feel pretty oppressive. It can feel really good because a lot of tiles, a lot of loops, they're not super huge, and those like light marks, they last for 10 seconds, which in a loop when you're being chased, it feels a lot longer than it really is. And because of that, I found it really easy to lose the killer. They lose track of me because there's like a line of sight blocker, like a wall or something, and then I just run away and go try a new loop. And sometimes they find me, but other times they just lose the chase entirely. I feel like people aren't going to realize how strong this perk is until like a couple weeks after the chapter release because I'm imagining running this against any like typical M1 killer, like I don't know, like Trapper, Wraith, Hillbilly, I guess, etc., etc. And it's gonna feel bad, especially like killers who want to do something specific before they hurt you, like Henry Creel, aka the One, or say Xenomorph or something like that. You're gonna lose them really easily, and especially if there's like a wall or like lockers and stuff. I feel like this perk on its own is really cool, but that elusive status effect really carries it, especially when you get it carried it over when you leave the light marks for 5 seconds, and those light marks themselves last for 10 seconds for each like little patch. It's really gonna be powerful, I think, once we hit live servers and people aren't facing Jason 24/7. Because Jason, I feel like right now doesn't really super care about that. But for killers who rely on that chase for being in chase with somebody, it's gonna feel awful, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, how did this get live?" Bah.
Yeah, I haven't had time to test this perk out. I was playing with some other things, but we did play a customs game with a friend of ours, and she was having a hard time tracking survivors at Shack with
Mhm.
who were using this. So like if you're running around Shack and you optimize it to hell as a survivor, and the killer is following you, you can run on that light trail they're leaving behind, and as long as you stay on that, you have elusive, and it's
Yeah,
really difficult to sometimes track them if they leave that, and then
yeah,
you have that 5 second carryover, and then
exactly.
you could quickly leave. And so it was pretty strong. It's still going to be a very good chase oriented perk,
Mhm.
and you could pair it with maybe distraction
Or
or
light-footed. I tried that with
light
light-footed.
footed as
You're
well.
just
Yeah.
invisible. You're gone. You don't
hmm
exist.
hmm
It's so stupid, in my
So
opinion.
it's yeah, I think this is definitely going to be the perk of this update, because I don't
Mhm.
think any of Jason's perks are phenomenal, but I
We'll
think
get
this one
that
is
though.
definitely
We'll get
very 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 solid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Alrighty,
I'm
do we wanna
I'm I'm a fan of it, but like they can screw some of the numbers around if it becomes a problem. So it doesn't seem like
Yeah.
they have to change it too much.
Yeah, definitely, like, just
Mm,
decrease seconds, I think, would be a great way to go.
yeah, right. Elusive is strong but rewarding, and like I think it makes sense, but it's too formulaic. How you can just approach a loop with distance, and then once the killer loops one time, you can break the loop with elusive every single time. It's a
Yeah.
little formulaic.
It's not
Mhm.
great.
And I do want to mention the killer has to have a terror radius, so
Yeah.
or you have to be in the terror. So if you're oblivious
Yes.
or they are undetectable, this will be useless. So
Yeah.
And now
I think
also
and there's
let's imagine this gets paired with like sprint burst and fixated and vigil. And then now we're talking. Now they break chase and they sprint away with elusive for 5
Mhm.
seconds.
Yeah,
And
that's gonna be
you're
awful. It's
looking
gonna be
in the lockers
awful.
because the scratch marks ended there.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Mhm.
Yeah.
awful. Mm.
hide and seek.
Hide and seek.
And see.
It's a little
Ah!
small. They'll fix it up.
Yes. Alright,
Now,
do we wanna cover Jason's perks or Jason himself next?
let's start with his perks because those are pretty quick and simple and they match the perks that were just dropped.
Yeah. Yeah.
New killer, the slasher, Jason, not
Yes.
himself, legally distinct from himself.
It's the slasher.
Mhm.
The slasher.
The slash slinging, the hash
The
ringing,
hash slinging
hash
slasher.
ringing, the slasher. Let's go over his perks first.
Yes.
The hash slinging slasher's first perk, Hex, scared to death. After hooking 3 different survivors, a dull totem ignites when active. After performing a basic break on a pallet while in chase, survivors within 13 meters scream and are hindered by 13% for 3 seconds.
So, I don't know if you've heard
Mm,
this meme, but there's a meme that's like survivor perks do a search for a chest, and then the killer perk is like light a totem, vault 5 pallets, break a wall, and hook 5 survivors. I don't want to be mean, but like, why is it so much to activate a totem that gives such a okay effect? Like, it's
Just
just
run
so,
thwack. It's
it's like
better.
whack. Yeah, it's like
It gives
I
you
don't know.
aura.
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's asking for so much. Like hook 3 different survivors, this ignites, and then you get 13% hindered on survivors who are within 13 meters for 3 seconds. Most survivors are already running away once they drop that pallet. I'm gonna be honest. And like,
exactly.
if you're not a ranged killer or have movement, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. They're holding W. They're going bye bye. Bye. So yeah, this perk it's kind of dookie. I feel like with buffs, it could be a lot better. And I feel like something else they could do to make this perk better is to have it be able to reignite itself, like the Chunky perk. I would love to see it maybe so instead of hooking 3 different survivors, it's whenever you hook a survivor that is not the same as the last survivor. So whenever the other, and then the totem itself could be weaker just by a little bit. So it kind of rewards like going for other survivors, and you constantly get this totem reignited for that.
I like that idea.
Mhm.
But as far as it is now, yeah, it's just worse thwack.
It's poopy. It's poopy.
And that hindered is not going to do anything if you're not gonna capitalize on the hindered unless you're an M1 killer. Like, sure, you will get some value out of that, but if you're a range killer or a movement killer, hindered doesn't really matter for you. Like,
Yeah.
sure, you could use hindered. You're not going to capitalize on it like M1 killers are, like
Yeah.
Trapper.
Funny
or
enough,
Wraith or
Jason
whatever.
gets no value from this because he already has his
Yes.
teleport and his javelins. Like
Right.
he has
So-
two things that close the distance.
And he has an add-on where if he misses a javelin or his spears or whatever they're called, spikes, and they hit the ground, they can make survivors scream that way. So,
Yeah.
there's easier ways to circumvent the effects of this ability.
Yeah, so poopy.
I guess if you're going for a triple screen build, this might. No, but still, it's worse than thwack. No, it's
Worse than thwack, exactly.
Yeah, thwack is so
You get
good.
worse
Like,
thwack.
and thwack works on breakable walls too, and
Yeah.
it gives you aura,
Oh,
and they
bingo.
scream.
Yeah,
So-
and also remember you have to do a basic break, so any special breaking of a palette won't activate this. You have to break it manually.
That's how thwack is too, I think. But yeah, just run thwack.
yeah. And if you like the hindered, knockout exists. And if you don't know about knockout,
Yeah.
you don't need it. You don't need it.
I like knockout.
Like what? You play Nemesis, Trapper, Pig?
Not what I like running knockout on Xenomorph. Shockingly, because a lot of people
Xenomorph.
pre-drop. A lot of people pre-drop
Exactly.
with Xenomorph,
Exactly.
so I run knockout.
Interesting.
I just figure like, yeah, you'd want somebody who can like either handle the loop or handle the palette. And
Exactly.
Xenomorph definitely picks knockout. So
Hey,
I'm
buddies.
curious, like, yeah.
You dropped the palette on me. Ah!
The second slasher perk, Silent Shadow. When the trial starts, you gain undetectable for 13 seconds or until you down a survivor. When all generators are completed, you gain undetectable, period, forever.
Forever, yes.
This is his best perk.
This is his best perk, which is the concerning thing.
And it's
How is
good.
this his best perk? Ah!
I like this perk. It's simple. First of all, it's simple,
Mhm.
right? Like you can pair this with lethal, which would be really cool, and pair this with Noed, and then you have like a beginning and you have like a bookend builds essentially, which I don't think we really kind of have yet. This kind of adds to that, which I kind of really
Yeah.
like, and I want to try this with some M1 killers, especially. Yeah, I really dig this one.
Yeah,
It's
honestly,
super interesting, right?
I like it. I just wish there was something else to it because, like, besides the beginning of the game and the end of the game, this perk does nothing. So there's like a big chunk
Yeah.
that is just kind of like not there. But I guess there are other perks like Terminus that also don't do anything till the end game, Blood Warden, etc. So it's more of just a personal thing. Like it doesn't need a middle thing. I think it's fine as is. I don't know. I just think that beginning perk where it's like, or that beginning part where it's like you're undetectable for 13 seconds at the beginning of the match. When is that going to matter? When is that really going to matter? Because you're across the map. Like by the time you reach survivors, you get like 3 seconds of undetectable, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
So it's like-
if you're an M1 killer, this will be bad, unfortunately.
yeah. So it's like
for
This
the
is-
beginning. So
this
you might
is
be
for,
running
like
it for the end.
Hillbilly. This is for Blight.
Yes.
yeah, it's for the quick killer.
Ghoul,
So
nurse.
it's there. It's
Well,
there.
maybe not nurse because they're gonna hear you coming, but
Yeah, I do like the undetectable forever part though. I think that's funny. I like that.
that was really good. I like that.
You're just undetectable forever. Have fun. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to try this out on like all the killers I play because they
Yeah.
definitely work. I love playing the end game. I love being like super gremlin-y at the end game.
I want to see this on Legion Friendship Bracelet. I want to see that so bad. Like Noed Friendship
Okay, yeah.
Bracelet, this,
Inner Murmur.
and then the Kaneki perk that blocks all the palettes and windows. Like that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be funny. And then maybe like No Way Out. That's gonna be so fun. Just
Ooh, yeah.
absolutely like sprinting across the map, one tapping, and no one can hear you. Then you just keep going. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so
You
fun.
can even pair it with batteries included to get that extra
Yeah.
haste in game.
You do got to be careful because you're Legion and your power
Yeah.
will turn off on the detection mode. You won't get the red the
Mhm.
heartbeat.
Yeah. I hear your heartbeat to the unknown.
It's true.
What about
Wow.
this last perk though?
This last
oh
perk.
gosh.
Oh.
Jason's final perk, the Slasher's Rampage. Whenever you basic break a pallet or break up a wall, gain up to a token up to 13. Whenever you are blinded or pallet stunned, gain 1% for the next 13 seconds for each token. and you gain an additional percentage of haste for each token.
Yes.
This has a cooldown of 20 seconds. So this one's odd because it's like
Mhm.
I've never gotten 1% haste before.
It
And
is weird to get
feel like-
1% haste.
I feel like most matches you're gonna end most matches with probably 1 to 4 pallet breaks. If you were really trying or you're on the game, you're probably gonna have like 8, maybe 10 pallet breaks.
Mhm.
But
I'm gonna
I
say
don't think you're gonna hit 13 on this.
I'm gonna say it shouldn't have a cooldown. I just think you should have no cooldown flat, because to be stunned or to be flashlight blinded or anything like that, it's just weird to have a cooldown on that, because it's like, oh, like, you don't want it to stack, I guess. Just refresh the duration if it happens again. That's my idea. It's like, hey, this kind of incentivizes players to not blind, or hey, maybe incentivize players not to drop pallets on them, but to pre-throw them. I don't know. It's like, if I'm willing to give a perk slot for this perk, I feel like it needs to be strong on its own, and this perk screams, I need support. Help me. We're going against the level 1 meg. We can't win this on our own. So yeah, I definitely think it needs something else. It needs something else, like number adjustments, remove the cooldown. I don't know.
It's a weird perk, I think. Like, I feel like if you're going to use this, what you're kind of going for, you should just run Enduring and Spirit Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Like, other than the flashlight save, like you're the blinded, I don't know. I just don't feel like you're going to get value out of that haste.
Yeah.
In any situation.
Yeah, because you're blind. If you're blinded, you're not able to see them to go find them. And if you're if you're being stunned, it's like half the time you can't get them, so you have to break the pallet, or you're just gonna walk around the pallet, and then the survivor either has an exhaustion perk to get away, or the rare chance they don't, then they'll just keep looping and using the pallet, and there's a small chance that you don't get them. So it just and that's not taking into consideration that you have to break 13 pallets or windows.
Yeah, you're not going to get all those
not through
tokens.
The power has to be basic to get to that 13%. Because in most cases, you're getting like maybe like 6 or 7% don't do it. And it's not going to be that impactful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this perk is not going to shine at its greatest. I fear that like it could be 5% haste for the next 13 seconds. And that would, I mean, be crazy. That would be strong. Imagine. No, wait, never mind. Fuck, this is hard. What if it was like 2? If it was 2% for every token?
Honestly,
that might still be strong.
Maybe include whenever you're blind, stunned, break a pallet or window or wall, you get a token. So it's also when you're being actively stunned or flashlight blinded. I feel like that would be another way for them to add token gain, and you'd be more likely to hit that 13%.
And then you get like pallet stunned. You start breaking it. And you get blinded, and then that's 3 tokens for 1 interaction. And now that survivor has to deal with what, like 13 seconds of 3% haste, which is not nothing.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, if you get this to 6 tokens even, that's pretty strong. 5% haste every time. And with Enduring, like, right, Enduring is going to be better than this perk in every situation, but with Enduring, you're going to be on their ass. And if you are like Hillbilly, Bubba, some insta-down killer, insert Michael Myers, I think this might be okay if you're fine getting stunned as your killer, right? If you're going to greed pallets and like swing through them, this is not bad.
Yeah.
At maximum possible stacks, which is like, 3 to 7. Like, you're not getting 13. The maximum you're getting on this, like, depending on the map, you're not even getting 13 pallets.
Oh, yeah. And you have to be stunned, right? So you have to really lean into those
or
pallets.
blinded, which is not always guaranteed every match.
Absolutely, yeah.
But like, imagine somebody head-ons you and like they're teabagging, and then you just turn around and book it straight at them.
Very much like the Predator.
And like you're not gonna try to pick up to get blinded. Like, you get more value by actually getting a pickup off and hooking them. So it's not like you want to. It's not like you want to just stand out in the open. It's like, oh, I want to get blinded for that haste. No, you don't. you that would be a bad trade-off. You're not. That's not 1-to-1. You're going to the negative there. So it's interesting.
It's a choice. I'll say that it's a choice. Oh,
definitely a perk for killers who can already deal with everything that the perk already helps you with.
But don't worry, the Judgment, she's got amazing perks, beautiful, mind-blowing even, such as, survivors can gain more like 10% haste. Wow. And it's a hex totem. Wow.
Yeah.
Don't
Screw
worry.
sprint
They're
burst.
eating the perks. They're
Screw
so
sprint burst.
there.
Yeah. We'll
But
see
that
when
was
that chapter comes out.
Jason's perks. This man's already got enough to him. So let's move on to his power.
Yes, man himself, the man of the hour, the slasher.
The slasher.
Flaming slasher.
All right. To the first bit, his lore. I like this guy. I like his little lore blurb we can see it on the PTB. It describes his little tussle where he's just approached a tent and ripped it open, and he finds the unknown having already eaten and consumed somebody and taken the skin of them.
It's directly
Jason.
referencing the teaser. It's directly
Yes.
referencing the teaser. That's so
Yeah.
cool. I like
You
that
did see
one.
the unknown scuttling about,
Yeah. How can you
but
find
now
my
we know
dog?
he was running in fear from Jason.
Yeah.
And Jason kicks his ass in the
Yeah, no,
lore.
he
Like,
slobbers
yes.
him, like absolutely dumpsters him. And then
Yeah.
almost immediately after the unknown gets dumpstered, the fog takes Jason. The fog literally goes, "Oh,
well, it doesn't even take him. He steps inside. He willingly steps inside.
oh, if I take it, if I got
He
taken.
knows there's work to be done.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Now
super
this-
fun. And also it name drops him at the end. It's like Jason.
It does name drop him. Oh my
Yeah.
god! So
Which is kind of
you
weird.
can't
though,
say
that
he's
called the
not
Slasher,
Jason.
And then when you try to search up his perks, if you type in Jason, you get nothing. But if you type in Sachi, you obviously
Yeah,
get
that's
it.
weird.
It's weird. It's like they're like he's Jason. It's like really, and they're like maybe.
But so these lore implications. This is an original Jason. It is not Jason
Yeah.
Voorhees that we know from the movies
Yeah.
because they cannot legally use Voorhees for his last name. This
Mhm.
is not new. Jason has
Yeah.
been reiterated in the movies. He has comics that have reiterated his stories before that are completely new
Yeah, I think
character.
in the comics, I could be geeking. Allow me to correct me, but like in the comics, there's like 3 multiversal versions of him
Yes.
that show up in like
Mhm.
different comics. It's like, right.
Mhm. So so there. I don't think this is a lot of people are like, oh, if it's not Voorhees, then it's not really Jason. Like that's incorrect. Like
Mhm.
Jason Universe, these are like we know they cannot use the Voorhees name. That's how the rights have shaken out. It's just that's the reality we live in. So
Yeah.
if you're upset that Pamela's not here, I don't know, just go take a walk and touch some grass. It's okay. You can have the movie Voorhees, and this is just a very unique form, very much like Ghostface, who was an original character wearing the Ghostface mask. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. I do really want to quickly add though, well, one thing I like about this is that Behavior has a lot more wiggle room to make original cosmetics for him. And if that means we get anything that's inspired by the Sam Raimi cosmetic from Friday the 13th video game, I'm buying it on a heartbeat.
I don't
is
think
my
it's Sam Raimi. I
favorite
think that's someone
look for him.
else, but
It's so good. It's not Sam Raimi. Oh my god. Is it Sam Raimi?
I don't remember who it is. I can
Who
look it
is
up
it?
for you.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know the cosmetics off that. We just need California girls, and then we'll be good though.
Sam Raimi, Jason. I can't find it. Anyways, if you know like the fire one where it's got like the black and green, like dark greens and the browns, and it's got like the fire coming off his chest, that is the skin I want for him.
Tom Savini.
Tom Savini. Thank you. I don't know why I thought it was
Savini.
Sam Raimi. I want Tom Savini's edition of Jason. That is such a cool skin. It's such a banger. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. It's so cool.
He is pretty good. No Cali girls? Come on.
Spring Button says no Cali girls in chat.
But like he's a B tier killer. You're supposed to be teabagging him at the exit gate.
Yeah, you're supposed to be pulling up at the ends. That's what they're
No
saving
emotes,
for the
please.
anniversary. They're gonna show on the
Please.
stream. We added that emote. Only that emote. That's the only.
On the
emote you
topic
get.
of cosmetics, what do we think of his cosmetics? They're all original.
Honestly, I vibe with them. I fuck with them. I wouldn't buy any of them. I think. I feel like I feel like they're a solid 7 out of 10. Like for the people who like him, they're gonna love him. For me, who are like, that's fine. I'm not gonna spend like the $12 to get it. It's good. Very solid. I do
his
appreciate
default's his
though.
best one.
I do appreciate though that they're not linked. I love that they're not linked.
Oh yeah.
I love that so
Oh,
much.
big time, big time.
I love mixing and matching. Because like the amount of pain I felt when Springtrap, all his cosmetics were linked, which makes sense. But I just love that they're not linked for him. It's amazing. Yay.
Mhm.
Yay.
They look great.
It's
I love
really
that
helpful.
underwater one where he's got coral on him.
Yes. Oh my god, I love that one. And you can see like his bony little hand, like his skeleton.
Yeah,
Super cool.
it's really
Yes.
good.
Yes. And it references the movies. Even though it's not directly from the movies, because they're not
Yeah,
like
I'm hoping we get some movie specific ones because like the
yeah.
Baghead from the second movie where
Yeah.
he is introduced would
His
be really
first
cool.
official because never mind. Anyways,
Yeah, before the hockey mask.
yeah. Power time. What does he do, Stevie? What is
Oh
what
gosh.
revealing? Oh.
Let's run off his powers. We can say he's got a couple.
Mhm.
Let's talk about omnipresent evil. Is
Yes.
probably his most flashy power. This is his kind of traversal mode. Pressing the ability button, the slasher turns invisible and becomes undetectable, but is unable to see survivors or their scratch marks. Red mist clouds will reveal survivors who aren't moving. Red footprints will appear for survivors who are walking or running. Survivors will see the map get foggy and get a border on their screen. This
Yeah.
is it's pretty well telegraphed teleport. Um,
Mhm.
it's well the traversal part. It's kind of just you go fog mode. You kind of become one with the mist. You step backwards and disappear, and
Mhm.
Jason starts sprinting around the map super fast and invisible. You
Mhm.
get kind of no scratch marks, no survivors, but you do see like the corn and the grass moving if they run through
Yeah.
it. Same with survivors, they'll see you pushing the corn and the grass around as you walk past them.
Yeah.
So
Very
very
spirit
similar to
like.
like a cloak wraith or a spirit. Now, the red mist sort of shows up whenever a survivor's standing still and interacting. I don't know if they're standing still. Does it
It's
show the red
still
mist?
period. So if it's working on a gen, not moving at all, not doing anything, as long as you're staying
Healing
still, you get
somebody.
that red cloud.
I think you can
Yeah.
avoid it with crouching, but crouch
Yes.
walking might still reveal you with footprints.
Yeah. If you're crouching and you're crouch walking, you're not detected at all. It's only when you're walking, running, or standing still.
Which I want to
Okay.
tell people, crouch walking just it's not worth it. The saving the time, unless you're dead hook and you're maybe being tunneled or something, and he's doing this. I just don't think I don't think it's worth crouch walking. And I'm saying this as someone who plays a xenomorph, and when you're underneath tunnels, you can see people who you can't see people who are crouch walking. It's just not worth the time you're spending hiding,
Mhm.
in my opinion. This coming this I don't know. I just don't think it's worth that. But if you're trying to survive and you're on a dead hook and you're really just trying to buy time, sure, I get it, but I don't know if it's worth it like at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I definitely felt like a chud playing on PTB and like crouch walking everywhere whenever you use that power because I was like, what if he finds me? I was like acting like a baby first time playing the game. I don't know why. It was just like this new thing. I was like, I don't want him to see me. Oh my god.
Right. If you
Yeah.
want, you should either kind of just crouch in place if you want to survey the area and keep an eye on a couple spots while you like hold an angle,
Yeah.
or just sprint. If you're sprinting, you're making distance. If you're sprinting, they're seeing red like footprints and they have to commit to you, or else they're, letting you go. So it's kind of like very much in your favor to maximize sprinting as much as possible.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now, in his omnipresent evil, Jason gets the ability to jump scare. This is how he exits his fog mode, how he exits the teleport whenever he, catches up to a survivor with the speed or finds somebody working on a gen with the red mist. His jump scare. While in omnipresent evil, the slasher can see breakable walls, pallets, or windows and perform a special break or special vault. A secondary action button will allow you to choose the direction which you perform the special break or special vault, and the jump scare will exit you out of omnipresent evil, granting 4.5 haste and revealing nearby survivors with killer instinct.
Mhm. I'm
Now,
not super sure on the haste part. I could be geeking, but I'm pretty sure everyone
Yes, he
else
gets
would know that.
haste.
Okay, he
he
does
does
get
get haste. It's I think it's bugged right now because it gives you 4.554 like 4.545454545
yeah.
dot dot dot. It's not
Repeating.
coded right or diminishing returns is hitting itself. I don't know what's
Mhm.
happening.
Yeah.
Um, but Jason is a 110 killer. I don't think we mentioned this.
Yes,
So
he's
his jump
4.4.
scare is not gonna put him on par with another M1 killer. If his jump scare gets you, your best bet is to kind of just figure out exactly where he teleported to and run the other way.
Hold
Um,
W, yeah.
now what this means is Jason can only exit his omnipresent evil in these special locations. Just
Yeah.
any vault location, any pallet location, breakable walls. Um, just look for the sound cue, plus look around for wherever a jungle gym is, a window vault might be, whatever's closest to the gen he'll go for, or wherever he detected you last, he'll still have to find a spot to pop out of.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what this means is, like, if you're injured and you're worried he might come and catch you in Omnipresent Evil, he can't jump scare you unless you're near a loop. So if you heal in a dead zone while he's teleporting and moving around the map, he can't really exit close to you, and you'll have time to run to a safe spot. But if you're
Yeah.
already kind of camping that safe spot, he will jump out and scare you.
Mm-hmm.
And they added, if you go through the map, like a fresh map, and there's nothing been thrown or anything, you'll see that there are extra like broken pallet pieces at certain places.
Yes.
He can TP to those as well. So they've added additional omnipresent like jump scare locations, which I think is really smart, because I think they're like, oh, Dredge has the problem of locker placement. Let's
Yeah.
circumvent that with this killer.
Mm-hmm. I also want to add this kind of leeways into the final part of his power. He also gets something additional when he's in a match. He gets unique hooks only for him, and that's because it leads to the next part.
Oh, yes. His last power is his throwing spikes. The slasher starts the match with a throwing spike. Hold the secondary action button to ready the spike and M1 to throw. Hitting a survivor with a throwing spike will send the survivor backwards and deal a health state to them. Survivors will gain impaled if hit with a throwing spike, making them unable to heal past the injured state, and the spike embedded in the survivor will have its aura revealed to the killer.
Should
Injured
quickly
survivors-
add, you only get impaled as well if you hit a terrain too. So if you get hit by that spear and then
that's
hit
true,
into a
that's
wall,
true.
then you're impaled. But if you just get hit and don't hit a wall, you're not impaled.
Yes, the spike will kind of rip through you if you don't collide with anything.
Exactly.
And it'll just send you broken, and depending on add-ons, might do something else. You'll have its aura revealed. Injured survivors who are impaled and are hit with the throwing spike again and knocked into a wall will become immobilized, pinned in place. This is a fun one because it kind of feels like a Wesker dash that like freezes them on the wall.
Exactly.
And it's very much like, that's Jason. That's him.
That's him.
He's
He
so
does
strong,
that.
he put you in the wall.
Yeah.
And it's really fun seeing your favorite survivor hooked on a wall with a hook going sideways.
Yeah. I got pinned to a wall earlier as Alan Wake, and then Jason moried me, and it was the best thing in the world.
I think I was there. Was I there?
Yeah, you were. You ran by my body later, and you're like, "Oh my god!" It was so good.
Really
it was great. I love it.
It's so gnarly.
Now, the slasher can reload these spikes by interacting with hooks or trash piles around the map. Spikes will be replenished at these locations when Omnipresent Evil is active. Yeah, you can still reload while you're in teleport mode, so you can walk up to these. Your hooks will be refreshed if you took any of them. Taking a hook down disables it for 30 seconds.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a trade-off where you're like creating a dead zone for yourself. You can only take so many scrap from the map, i.e. like 1 per hook, 1 per scrap pile. But you won't run out, period. You'll get them back.
Yeah.
And you automatically reload when you hook someone as well, which is nice.
It's really, really comfy as far as like a single-use projectile goes. Now, this projectile unlocks his unique Moris. With the impalement status effect, if a survivor on Death Hook is impaled, the slasher can do a mini Mori. If they're impaled into a wall, you get a unique animation, or if they're just impaled and on the floor from getting hit while injured and on Death Hook, you'll get a separate Mori.
Yes.
These are both really quick, effective ways to get somebody out the match to kind of reward, you colliding someone and hitting somebody who's on Death Hook.
Yeah, and really unique.
They're really
Especially
good.
for the one in the wall. So gnarly. Oh my god. It's so gross. I love it.
I love it so much too. Now,
It's so Jason. It's so him.
I'd love to describe them, but they're just super gory.
Yeah. They definitely saw the Krisu guts and be like, we have to use those somewhere else.
Yeah, we need to do more. We need to do more.
They was like, those assets can't just be used here.
They should rework Hag so she pulls those out of your stomach
instead of like the red
instead of like chunks.
Like
little oblong pieces. But I think she eats your liver, right?
Yeah, totally. I think she goes for something specific.
Okay,
Yeah, Hag goes for something specific.
What do we think about Jason having a ranged attack?
It feels very accurate to him because in a lot of the movies he has like he just throws fucking weapons at people like hatchets, little like those little like needle things. I think in Friday the 13th he had throwing knives. It makes sense why he throws shit at people. Like normally he's a trapper, but we already have a trapper, and there's so many different traps he uses. I don't think they could really implement that. So I feel like throwing weapons is very topical, especially since he just takes whatever he can find in the match. I feel like it's super cool addition because like he just is super strong. He's gonna rip shit out of the ground and just throw it at you, and it's gonna kill you. I think that's really topical and accurate to his character.
It's really good. Like as far as like Jason goes, he's always been like spearing people into walls and like making you connect
Yeah,
with the wall so your friends can see you later and be scared.
exactly.
I like the scrap pile models. If you take a good look at them, there's I
They're really
think
good.
2 or 3.
Yeah, because
I
there's
think
the
three.
broken locker with like
There's a
rods in
broken
it,
down
and then there's the
locker
broken generator.
and a broken
And then
generator.
I think there's oh, maybe it's the broken locker one. I thought there was like a wooden one too with like a paddle in it and stuff.
Yeah, there is.
That's
It
the
could also be
lockers.
in the
Those are the
locker,
lockers.
but
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Gotcha.
that's what it is. So he has 2 different scrap piles, but 3 different hooks. I think that's what's confusing me because he can
Yeah.
throw the
Mhm.
hook, he can throw the rebar, and he can throw like the axle.
Yeah.
Like,
And
He
there's
also has a paddle
a
version too.
paddle. Yeah.
He has. I haven't seen the paddle one yet.
Yeah,
haven't seen
that's
that
the
one.
one I
It's
got
pretty
worried
cool.
on. I was like,
That's
oh,
what I
that's a
got worried on.
paddle.
I was like,
It's like
why
a
is it
sharpened
wood?
paddle end. It's really cool.
Yes.
I'm really glad they did that with the
Yeah.
assets because you know a
Now,
lot of times they just copy and paste them. But
yeah. Now, question: do you think his power will be customizable, kind of like the Houndmaster with her separate dog? Do you think we'll see new spear models if there's like a legendary skin or something for that?
I don't know.
I hope
I
so. I
mean,
hope so. I think that would be so cool, especially if we get the not Sam Raimi, Tom Savini skin.
the Tom Savini one yet.
I think that would be so fucking baller. That would be so fucking cool. If it
Oh,
was like
now
pitchforks
Bryson.
and like
I just
javelins,
realized
I think that'd be so cool. I think that'd be so cool. Ah!
if he's just throwing more stuff, I would love that. If we can get another skin where his power is customized. Oh my
Yeah, who
goodness.
knows? Maybe the next Rift Pass will be Jason themed, like very like camper core.
yeah, could be like summer camp vibes. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because when does the next Rift Pass start? In like 2 months, roughly.
At least,
Okay.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
so
at the end of
like
June.
mid chapter. I want to say
Mm-hmm.
like right around there. Yeah.
Wow,
That'll be super.
that was Jason. Do we have any closing thoughts on him? How do we feel about him coming, Maddie?
Go for it, Maddie. I have thoughts too.
Okay, so I think he's really cool. However, I think he's disappointing for a year 10 anniversary killer because he is playing it pretty safe kit wise from behavior. Because as people have said, he does feel kind of similar to Springtrap. Not exactly 1-to-1. He doesn't have the camera system. He doesn't have the set doors and the undetectable aspect of his kit, making him kind of like a pseudo stealth. But I do think there's a lot of like overlap with like jump scares, simple ranged attack, and then traversal. It just feels very generic, which makes sense for him, but I don't know. I feel like having year 9 beats free trap with that kit and then year 10 with him with this kit, it just feels kind of repetitive. Additionally, it does kind of feel not great that with the Jason that we're not getting Tommy Jarvis or any of the other characters from the franchise. We're not getting a Camp Crystal Lake or anything inspired by that property that we know of. And I feel like that's really disappointing because for a year 10 anniversary chapter, I feel like a lot of people, me, myself included, we expected more from this standard chapter because this is the 10th year. This is the big one. This is like, oh my God, we made it this far. We want to keep going. We're going to go for another 10 years. Here's like our mega awesome chapter. And it's just Five Nights at Freddy's. But what if we made him a little different and also didn't have a map? But you get a survivor who's not related to the property. Not to lie, I'd be a little disappointed, especially since, as some people have noted, Jason's animations, he does have some cool ones, but a lot of them feel a little sloppy, in my opinion. Like when he's holding his spear or the throwing spikes, when he's traversing holding a throwing spike, or when he's leaving one, it feels kind of like a little off. And some people have said his Moris feel a bit off, and I don't really know if I agree with that. I think they're really well animated, but I totally respect people who feel like that it isn't really well animated. And someone had said before that apparently one of the senior animators for Behavior was fired recently or no
Yeah,
longer
they
works
were.
there. And you can feel that, I think, with this chapter. It doesn't feel super polished, and I get that's the point of PTB, but when we're so close to the release, about 3-4 weeks away, it's a little concerning, especially since we didn't get to see the original Survivor, and we're only going to be seeing them either
Weird.
at the release of the Jason chapter or after release of the Jason chapter. It just feels weirdly rushed, and I don't feel great about that for year 10 anniversary chapter. Not great. Not great.
Yeah, it's almost giving Walking Dead PTB vibes.
It is giving Walking Dead PTP. I didn't want to say
Which
that.
is scary.
It is kind of giving. It's also really buggy. Like, I don't know if you guys had this bug, but when I was entering PTB, if I ever alt tapped outside of the game for even a second, the game would crash. If I try to skip the intro cutscene when I open the game, it crashes. And my favorite one of all, whenever you finish a match as Survivor,
Yeah.
your aspect ratio gets turned to 8:16, 6:8. And there's probably a bunch of other bugs I don't even know of. But it's just, it is giving Walking Dead. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Please don't let the year 10 anniversary, the big one, be the Walking Dead chapter release. Ah! Sorry. Thoughts from you?
Do you mind if I go, CV?
Yeah, no, please.
And by the way, Maddie, Springbutt in the chat says facts. Maddie,
I saw that.
so
I was like,
they agree.
okay, I'm making sense.
So
I'm
fucking
making
real.
sense.
I'm gonna start this in a place that it's probably not fair to DVD, but I'm gonna start here
Mhm.
anyways because I think it will set expectations, and it's just the way I've been thinking about it. Friday the 13th, the game, was a love letter to Friday the 13th, that
100%.
franchise. They
100%.
had every movie under the sun that was in that franchise. They put their heart and soul into his powers, those places, those locations, or the survivors, even what you could do and interact, the music, just everything about that game was just a love letter to this franchise. Now, to compare that to this chapter is very unfair, and I
Mhm.
recognize that. However, it's hard for me not to compare them because, and I get that was a whole game that was centered on this franchise, and this is only a chapter that centers on so many franchises.
Mhm.
It's not a fair one-to-one. It is not a one-to-one, and I totally get that. However, I am mixed, very, very mixed. For one, I love his power. I think his power is great. I like it. I enjoy it. Yes, it is. It is some of the things from Springtrap. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's just Power Creep Springtrap." I don't agree. I think they're very much on the same level. They just do the similar things differently, and that's
Yeah.
okay. I just don't think they one up each other in different areas, but he is not a better Springtrap. That is a hill I will die on. However, I just don't. He doesn't feel to me. He doesn't feel like Jason, like in terms of the way he looks. And I know it's the Jason universe look.
Mhm.
Like I think I said at the top of the show right before we started recording, it is the world we live in that this franchise has just gone through the legal hell that it is. And it's just, and Behavior has made the most of it. And I commend them for that. However,
Mhm.
no original chapter with Charmy Jarvis is weird. Like, or no licensed Survivor is weird. The fact we're
Yeah.
getting an original Survivor is weird. The fact that we don't have a map here is really disappointing. We all know Camp Crystal Lake. You say that to anyone, they could tell you where that's from. We don't have that here. We don't have an iconic. And as we get further down the line, more content, we get fewer maps, which is really
Yeah.
noticeable now. Like when they boost certain maps, it's super noticeable. Like you're getting the same 4 or 5 maps, and it just sucks. Like the same
Yeah.
realms.
Especially
so-
since
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say that, especially since we know that for the next chapter, which is Judgment and Aurora choruses, and that's not getting a new map. We're not getting any maps for that chapter. So
And we might be getting a map. Like I said earlier, or what we
Maybe.
said is, we might see Shaq again on Red Forest. But even then, it's just a variant of Red Forest. Like, and I know we just got Trickster's Delusion. It's a fine map. But
yes,
Camp Crystal Lake would have been a vibe. To have a lake
exactly.
on the edge of the map or even in the map would have just been really freaking cool. and to have that iconic sign, like that would just be amazing. And again, I as someone who loved, and I would love to do an episode on the Friday 13th game, because that's a road of nostalgia for me. That game is just, it has such a special place in my heart. And I'm not even a big fan of the movies. Like I think the movies are fine, but this
Mhm.
game and really holds a special place in my heart. And I'll quickly share an anecdote. This game came out between the summers of my sophomore and junior year of college, and it was a vibe. Like it came out the end of May. I would get off work at the pizza place I was working at, and I was still, I was at home for the end of the semester, or for summer break, before I moved into my apartment that year. And I was playing with my cousin and a friend of his, and we played every night when I got home from the pizza place working late. And we just loved it. Like
Mhm.
that game just had such a style and a vibe, and it wasn't optimized to hell. It was just a lot of fun. It was later on in its day, but that's every game it is. But
Yeah.
man, it was just really, really cool. And I wish this had captured some of that vibe, that style, that feeling. It just doesn't, which is unfortunate, but I think that's just
Mhm.
part of me. But it's also just partly where the license is, and that is really unfortunate. And of course, again, that is a reality we live in. So like I
Yeah.
said, it's a mixed bag, and it's not fair to compare these, but I just wanted to put that out there. And that's kind of where my thoughts are. I'm excited to play Jason, and I'm considering him being one of my mains, because I just really like that ability, and I think they've done a really good job at adapting that power. And he's not an M1 killer, which is very cool. So I'll
Yeah.
sorry to take it on a tangent, but that's where I'll go there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good because it's exactly like what I wanted to hear. I'm like, oh, it to me looks like they did all of his powers from Friday the 13th, but like I don't know the intricacies of that. I don't know
Mhm.
the feel of that game. I felt like I missed that game. Like I started playing DBD because I felt like I missed Friday the 13th and I couldn't play
Mhm.
that one. But now
Yeah.
that Jason's here, I'm like, okay, this is the limit to what they can do with a killer. Like it's not that he's copying Springtrap, it's that both Springtrap and Jason are the most complex a killer could be in DBD right now.
Mhm.
Maybe they're both copying Unknown because that's also the most complex a killer could be right now. I don't know. There's limitations, and I think that the game wasn't made for Jason, and the fact that he's here is like it feels too late, right? It feels like we
Yeah.
missed the chance. I don't know.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
should have been like, he should have been after Michael Myers, or
But
before, Freddy
is
Krueger or whatever.
Yeah.
is it a better late than never situation? I think
I
he's
think
gonna
so.
age well. I think he's gonna age well. If we can have
Yeah.
him, he might be a little more like I don't know. They're probably gonna cut this license in 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
will say, Stevie, to that
I'm
point, I
scared.
don't
I'm
think
hoping.
that will happen, only because they removed so much of the licensed stuff, or weren't allowed to, that he's kind of his own person. I could see them maybe taking away his name Jason if they did leave, but he looks almost identical to Jason, but technically he's not Jason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very much like
Yeah, the
he's
fact that
not
he has
Jason or
original
he's
lore, original
Slasher.
cosmetics,
Slasher.
I think that all helps him not
Yeah.
leaving.
So I would say it's like a Ghostface situation where if they did do that, it's a very good chance he stays in. He might just lose some stuff because he's not Jason. He's the slasher. He's Jason
He's
Voorhees,
unique.
not
Yeah,
Jason
and
Voorhees.
I know we're near the end here, and I don't want to keep us, but I do also want to bring up, because there's been conversations here online about the uniqueness of killer powers. And I brought this up. I think this was on a hot takes episode, which we
Mhm,
have another one coming up next week, which I'm excited to get spicy there. But
mhm,
I like, killer powers are very not like, they're a combination of other killers, right? Like
yeah,
you can, handpick whoever you want to throw in the pot, and that's what you get. It's just like, how do you get unique with killer powers? How do you
yeah,
how do you shake up the formula?
yeah. There's so much I want to say on that because, like, there's definitely points where it's like, oh, I want these to like get different. I want these to be unique. But for every person who's like that, there's also a new player who struggles dealing with different killers and all these different complexities. And having those similar parts of powers into other killers helps them understand the game better. It helps them go
Yeah.
against the killers better, especially since we're getting close to like 40 killers in the game. That's 40 different characters you have to go against. It's like the Overwatch or the Marvel Rivals thing where you have to know what every single character does when you go into a game, or you're gonna get cooked, you're gonna get touched, and you're gonna get flip flopped. It's not great. So I do feel like there is some space to have killers be repeating, but I do agree that there should be killers who are unique. I will say though, our killer and survivor next, or sorry, the killer after this, the judgment is looking to be a very unique killer.
Yes.
Oh, she's got ranged attack. Bitch, she's using an orbital cannon and then she's sending you to hell. That's different. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
That's fucking different.
Yeah, that would be a
Sorry.
big shakeup for sure.
Anyways, we have one more thing I think we have to talk about before we get to
Yes,
our closing
yes,
thoughts.
we do.
That is
That's our
apparently
Red Stain Radio killer tier list, or no?
no,
Apparently,
we're
no,
almost
no, no.
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 We've got to talk about what some of the devs mentioned with future
Ah,
main updates. So this is not the mid-patch updates. These are
Oh
like
yeah.
the 10.0s, 10.1s, 10.2s, etc.
this is
That
something they're reiterating on.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that being they are no longer going to do updates, like content updates, so that's like buffing, nerfing, reworks, etc. when they're doing these content drops anymore. So we're not going to see any of those anymore. Thoughts on that? I'm going to be honest. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are
Really
you
bad.
doing? What the fuck? What the fuck? Sorry.
Maddie's hitting the camera, listeners.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You are a live service game. You have over 200 perks, over 40 unique killer powers, and you're telling me you're gonna increase the time you balance that shit?
It'd be about every three. For anyone who doesn't know, that'd be about every 3 months we'll get a balance.
Yeah, so 4 times a year you would see changes. 4 times a year
Yeah.
instead of 8. Bro, I need a second. Stevie,
It already feels like 4 times a year with the way some changes
Yeah, it does.
just are nothing. It just doesn't. I don't think
Especially
it'll change
this year
much.
when they scrapped
Yeah.
a bunch of shit, right?
And if
Yeah.
you remember back to last year with the release of Springtrap, he came with a couple, perk changes. But then the Walking Dead chapter came immediately after and proved that like they weren't working with these balance changes on the Walking Dead chapter. So the Walking Dead chapter came and some of those perk balance changes looked like they got wiped because they just had different tooltips on all their perks. And I'm curious if they're worried about doing the same thing, where if they're looking to not balance perks in between or like on these big updates, that means they can kind of just work on 2 separate versions of the game, the like balancing build and then the new content build. And then doing them at the same time has proven to be too much.
Yeah, the reasoning behind this, which again, important note here, I could not verify this. The link that was posted to the subreddit did not work. It was not loading for me, so I can't verify this, but it was mentioned in a forum, and the reason was it was because the content and the balancing, those updates were being muddied in the developer side. So, but which is just kind of, I think, a weird situation. Like, you are developers of a live service game, figure out your organization and just get these things in order, because we cannot have balancing 4 times a year, if that.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, it has to be more. Sorry. I'm fine.
No, it's valid crash out. I totally understand. I mean, in my brain, I'm like, nothing at the moment needs to be changed, but I know that that's gonna get rocks thrown at me. What do you think needs to be changed, Maddie? What's pressing issues right now?
Honestly, I just think half the killers need buffs. Half of them fucking suck. I'm gonna be honest. Like, for every Krisu, every the one, we have the Doctor, spoiler alert, we have the Ghostface, we have the Trapper, we have the Skull Merchant, who's still the worst killer in the game after the gutted her. What the fuck? Why would they do that? Well, I know why they did that, but like, they haven't touched her in a year. And they're like, oh, we buffed her. bro, you just fixed one of
No.
her legs. You already broke her
She-
other one.
She
Still.
doesn't have a power.
The
Spring Button Chat
pig!
says the
The
pig.
pig.
I don't know. The
Let's-
pig, I think, is a
okay.
good spot. The pig is
The
in that
pig
bell
has
curve.
only been buffed, and she's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
For
yes,
me,
give
Maddie
the
brings up a good
pig
point.
treatment to
Killer
everyone.
powers. Yeah, killer powers. Those lesser like.
Yeah. Don't even get
like
me
we just-
started, Stevie, on half the perks in the game doing fucking nothing.
Yeah,
And
that
also,
was my next
right.
point.
like,
Is perks.
we
doing
added
nothing.
diminishing returns, but we're gonna update the perks so you're more inclined to use them on their own. And then they didn't fucking do that. So they didn't do that.
They should be doing balance changes every weekend. I totally think that. Yep.
Every few weeks. Yeah, maybe not every weekend, but every few weeks for sure.
Yeah.
They just don't know what they're doing anymore because they have too much to do with. There's 400 million perks, and they can't spend time looking at them all because they're too busy making 40 more. It's a conundrum they got themselves in.
Yeah. We need to have a whole episode in this, I guess. Like, what do we do with the perks? I know we just had an episode on what the next 10 years look like, and we do touch on that, but like one on what do we do with all the fucking perks? What do we do with all the fucking killer powers that are the same? I think those are two distinct episodes. We'll add those to the list though.
They should do a study.
Agreed.
A study on
Or the
what?
survey. They do surveys all the time. Do a survey
They should
about
do a
how you feel about
study.
perks.
They should get a team of professionals to do some research and get a study going. Get some information.
Right.
Maybe write a paper.
Yeah, we maybe want to
Okay,
contact like a
okay.
doctor or something to look at that, I think.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, do we?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of doctors.
I don't think this guy has a doctorate, but I think we still call him Herman
Herman.
Yeah.
because he's her man.
Yep. Redstone Radio Killer Tier List.
Redstone Radio Killer Tier List. We're gonna add to our ongoing killer tier list. If you don't know, we're building a tier list built by ourselves, one with each killer done per episode, and we're gonna go through the entire roster. Should take us about a year. But up next
It
is
will,
the
yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor for our tier list. Do we think we're ready? I mean, we're just
I'm
gonna do
ready.
it 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yep. 3, 2,
Yeah.
I feel
1.
like hold on one second.
Oh yeah.
Every
yeah,
time
yeah,
we've done
preface.
done this, I've been in the minority. Every
Well,
time.
okay.
we've
Oh
done
my God.
this. But I'm in
Okay.
the minority. So, but
I'll try to
I have
match you,
opinions.
Bryson.
Okay, we gotta sync up.
Ready?
hold on. Let me look at let me look at the
Let me
list.
let me
One
think.
second.
Let me think about my notes.
I already
Let me-
know where
let me-
he's
Okay.
going. I already
Yeah,
know where he's going.
I have mine.
All right.
All right.
Three,
3, 2,
2,
1.
C.
C.
Here.
Hey,
All right.
Hey, there we go.
we all thought the same
Spring
thing.
Butt also says C.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. it
Above or
feels-
below
feels
Hag?
correct.
Above Hag. Easy above Hag.
Above.
Okay.
Hag is very inconsistent. Herman is very consistent. The problem with
Mhm.
Herman, in my opinion, is he's kind of the victim of runaway syndrome, where you just hold W and run away whenever he's going to do a shock. It's just
Yeah.
very
If,
easy
if
to
you use
outlead
your
him.
power too much, you get looped on.
Exactly. Especially when you get that slowdown, like, oh, I duped them, so they're not going to use the pallet. And most of the time, they're not even using the pallet; they're just running away. It's like, I stunned you, or I used my madness on you. You're madness 3 now, and they're across the map, and you're like, guess I'm gonna fucking run after you. So yeah, Doctor very firmly top of C, because even though he struggles with that, madness can be very good value because it's so consistent of its application. And he is a little bit of a pub stomper, a little bit. That's only in the
Yeah.
lower elos. Once you get into the higher elos, you're gonna struggle. I will say though, there are rare instances like Trapper and Hag where he can do really well. That being Skill Check Doctor, where you've got like Unnerving Presence, Huntress's Lullaby, but that's just relying on the team being not the best at the beginning. Like even if they get really good at the end, it's a big struggle for them. But if they get rid of that totem and they're looping you for like 3 gems, you've lost. So in that case, in my opinion, I feel like Doctor's top of C, because even though he can be really weak, he does have this few instances where he can be strong, but he is consistent. So that's where I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Hey, well said.
Yes.
And like,
Alright,
I mean,
so-
I don't want to shit on any doctor players, but like you know well enough that
Yeah.
he can only get so far.
Better. He can be better. Yeah. So we've got Nurse in S, Hillbilly in A. In B, we have Shape and then Rafe. C, we've got Dr. Van Hag. And then in D tier, sadly, the poster boy himself, the Trapper, or the Crapper, if you will.
Crapper main.
Crapper man. Ah.
Next week, I think we'll have Huntress.
I feel like that's an old joke. I don't feel like anyone said the Crapper in so long. I remember when everyone was like, ah,
only old heads. Only
Oh,
old heads.
back in my day. Back in my day. Oh, well.
That was
Siri.
our episode for y'all. Thank y'all for
Yeah.
tuning in. This week, folks, we did it live, and I'm
Wow.
so happy we did.
I was
You
so
can follow us over
nervous, but I
at
loved it.
any
I
of our
loved it.
platforms. Please check us out on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your podcasts. We're there. Join us on the Discord to stay up to date on all things Red
Yes.
Stain Radio. And thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Bryson. Thank you, listeners and viewers. We'll see you next week in the fog.
Love you guys.
Bye, everyone. See ya.